Alright. ShadowBrite Cosplay is me right now. How's it
Hey,
going?
hey, what's up?
I'm good, I'm good. Sorry about the technical issues.
No problem.
What had happened was Skype can be a bit bipolar, and
Yes, it can be.
it's like one minute I log into regular Skype, next minute I log into updated Skype. I don't know who's in charge of Skype, but they need to fix their, you know what. Uh,
Agreed.
so, but enough of that. Enough about that. It was great to actually meet you in person earlier today at the Comic Surge, which was at Nicholasville. You had a vendor at the library, and it was
Yes.
so it lasted from 10 a.m. to 4:30. A couple other local cosplayers was there as well, and you dressed up as old school Harley Quinn.
I did. I,
Yeah,
I gotta say I like the oldies.
you know she wasn't no Suicide Squad Harley. Okay. I,
No, that's not my style.
Look, I like the Suicide Squad all Harley, but I do like me some old school Harley. I like the red and the black. I like that, and the hammer matching hammer. Yeah, I like that too. So
Well, thank you.
and you look very very amazing in the outfit. Um, so what got you started into being a cosplayer?
Well, when I was younger in, middle school and high school, I did a whole lot of theater, and some of my theater nerd friends were into cosplay. I didn't really understand it initially. Like, I did some Renaissance fairs when I was in high school, but then when I got to college, I realized I really missed dressing up. I really did enjoy doing that. Um, and it turned out that we had a local convention here, the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention, and I went to one kind of like half dressed up like Halloween, didn't try all that hard dressed up, and I was just hooked. It was so much fun to just walk around and meet people. You're taking pictures with people you've never met, you'll probably never see again, but you're like best friends for 5 seconds. It's awesome.
So, as it pertains to the comic search from earlier today, talk about the experience being there. And for those who may not be familiar with it, what's this comic search about? Is it like a mini convention, or is it something different from that?
I would definitely comic Surge a mini convention. The nice thing about Surge is that it's smaller. It's our local library, and it's also free. So while we don't have like celebrity guests that you would have at like a normal convention, we do have a whole lot of local vendors, which is always fun. Go Kentucky Proud. And a lot of local artists, which we have quite a few of in the Lexington area. This was also geared towards the younger kids, which is always fun because there's nothing greater than a smile on one's face when they see you come running up and hug you.
So, how long did it took for you to make the? How long did it took for you to make the Harley Quinn costume?
Well, most of the costume was pieced together. I ordered several pieces online. I found a cool little hoodie dress. The hammer is actually what took the most time. It's a pair of hat boxes, a ton of foam, and a big old wooden dowel. It just took a very long time to get that thing all molded together and ready to go.
Man,
I personally don't have a whole lot of sewing skills in terms of like sewing costume pieces. So I tend to find items and like alter them in a minor way and then use it for a cosplay, as opposed to some people who have like wizard magic going on with their sewing skills and can make like awesome dresses and stuff. I'm still a little bit lower down on that skill level. I'm working on it though.
so you have made mention appearances over the course of your time as a cosplayer. You was at SWAT Timber. which was courtesy of Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. You was at the Comic
Yes.
Surge. And we're definitely gonna get into some of your upcoming convention appearances for the remainder of this year and next year that you've already have booked and scheduled. But before we get into that, now I've heard of a variety of cosplayers, group cosplayers to be exact. That's in particular that you are a part of, Ohio River Valley Cosplayers. So talk
Yes.
talk a little bit about that group and how did you end up joining them?
The Ohio River Valley Cosplayers, we call ourselves the Orcs, is a group that was founded by Ryan Gattinger out of Louisville about 2 years ago. We currently have a little over 1,000 members. I actually met them at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. They gave me a card. I signed up for their Facebook page, and it turned out to be a really amazing experience for me. The thing that the Orcs focus on being is what's called positive. So the things that are, no matter your body type, no matter your age, no matter your skin color, no matter anything, you can cosplay whatever you want to do. You be you, character, everybody else is going to love it too. The nice thing about the Facebook page and stuff through is that we have a whole lot of people that do like tutorials on there. Like that's how I figured out how to make that hammer I was carrying around today, was little pieces of everybody's tutorial. The other nice thing is if you get stuck, like you end up with some kind of weirdo seam or your glue is like melting off, painted and you didn't seal it first or whatever, they'll help you fix what's going on. We have a big fundraising event coming up actually next weekend in Louisville called Via Culari, which is a play and street art festival. We have a bunch of artists that are going to be doing drawings, and then we have a lot of cosplayers. Most of us are orcs that are going to be in costume. Benefits from that go to the foster care system for the Kentucky State. And we feel very strongly that we need to support our communities, and particularly those that are disadvantaged. And unfortunately, the foster care system doesn't work fabulously, and some of those kids go without a lot of things that we'd like them to have. So we had to try to raise money for them, but we're also putting on a fun 2-day event where they come, it's free, we've got activities for the kids, and we really are just trying to give back to our community. Because it's awesome that we can all get together and dress up and hang out, but it's even better if we can give a little bit back.
That's very encouraging to use the cosplaying field with a lot of people and use it for the greater good. Use it for a cause like this festival coming up in Louisville next weekend, and you got cosplayers all over Kentucky and tri-state area that's going to be a part of this, and definitely something to check out if you are in the Louisville area. It's a 2-day event, and what are your costumes going to be for that particular weekend?
I'm going to be doing the Harley Quinn that I'm doing today. Second time wearing it today. So I worked out a couple of the kinks. So it'll be kind of a little bit more polished version of it. And then I have a steampunk version of Poison Ivy I'll be wearing on Sunday.
Yeah, I seen one of those dressed up at Poison Ivy. That's a nice one. I like that too.
Thank you very much.
So, as influences, who influenced you as a cosplayer? It could be anyone local. It could be a popular one per se. Like who inspires you as
a honestly, and this is going to sound a little weird, but Sci-Fi has a TV show called Face Off, and they do all kinds of sex makeup, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they also have had a couple of people in the very recent past that are mostly fabricators. So while they do some makeup and stuff, mostly they just build like awesome things, like giant wings, and I mean, enormous stilts, extra arms, all kinds of crazy contraptions. And I have to admit that that's actually one of the things that has inspired me the most, is I sit here and I watch that show and I sketch. And so does my husband. And we just sit there and we take whatever challenge that they were giving that week and we kind of try to run with it. That's one of the reasons I ended up doing a steampunk poison ivy, because I'd never seen one before, and one of their challenges was, you know, to superfly some that they were given. You know, I really like poison ivy, but I think I should do an original. So it's always nice to pull from different areas. Like I said, the orcs are a great source of not only inspiration but encouragement. There's a possibility I might be working with a couple of people there on a Dia de Muerta Harlequin, which is the Day of the Dead, like the sugar skulls and stuff, which would be really neat. There are several that are doing like the female villains in Batman that are doing Day of the Dead. So that's really exciting too, because we can all kind of feed off each other.
So when it comes to cosplaying, you know, it's definitely having a good time, enjoying yourselves, conversations and everything. From your experience going to conventions in particular, what's the one costume that you've seen too much of? It could be like...
Oh, man. That's a hard one. You know, because whether you've spent a whole lot of money on your costume, whether you've made it yourself, whether you bought it in a store or whatever, I'm just happy you're there in a costume. You know, that's the part of it I really enjoy. I think the one that for me is actually getting a little old is Suicide Girls or Suicide Squad Harlequin, just because it's really disturbing to me to see like an 8 or 9-year-old dressed as that particular version of Harley Quinn.
It's understandable.
But they're having fun, so more power to them.
I mean, I guess I gotta say that when that movie came out, I really thought that it was gonna be flooded with them. Now, you probably have seen a lot of them yourself. You've been to more conventions than I have. The conventions that I've been to, I mean, I guess I haven't been like all 3 days of a convention, but I haven't seen too much of Suicide version of Harley. I've seen plenty of the old school Harley, but I haven't really seen too much. I guess it's because I don't go to all 3 days, unable for financial reasons, apparently. But
oh, I totally hear you there.
So
that's actually one of the things I like about the 3-day conventions is you get like 3 different sets of people. Like that first day, you get the hardcore people that have paid out all the monies to go, you know, VIP or whatever. And those people have certain expectations. Then you've got Saturday, which are mostly families, and then Sunday tends to be, you know, those of us that work weekends like me. That's who shows up on Sunday. So there's a little bit for everybody at the conventions, and each day is a whole new beast. It's a whole new group of people.
Ever since I've had my current job, it's a struggle trying to get to one day at a convention. And I work like projectively 6 to 7 days a week. So I had to use like a vacation day or maybe get half a day so that I can go to these conventions, especially Lexington Comic and Toy Convention in particular. That's the one I look forward to the most in Lexington all year. And with these guest announcements they have done throughout this month so far, and tickets are not even on sale yet, I'm pumped. You know,
I know, right? I mean, they've got everybody this year. And he says he still has like 60 or 70% of the announcements to go, and I'm like, who else could you be inviting? You've invited like everybody. Everybody's coming to this. It's going to be awesome this year.
Yeah, I just looked at the latest announcement as of 8 o'clock this evening. Shannon Elizabeth is the latest guest announcement. I so want to meet her. and you got the Power Rangers as expected. Me being a hardcore wrestling fan, they pulled the stops this year on the wrestlers. So I'm pumped. Can March get here, please?
Yes, sir.
So in addition to the Louisville Festival next week, I also hear that ORC, the comic. I know there was a Comic Con for a cause last year at Frankfurt, and
yes,
I was there, and from what I've read on through Ryan, they try to put together another Comic Con for a cause. They haven't announced the location or the date as of yet, but just they're gonna announce it on the group page, the Facebook fan page. So keep an eye on that.
Definitely.
So
looking like it'll be sometime in November. Don't know a date yet, but stay tuned. They'll have the info out soon.
So for people that wants to learn more of your cosplaying work and in your other event endeavors, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any other links people need to know.
Oh, thanks. On Facebook, I'm ShadowBrite, ShadowBrite, like the light bright. And I also have an Etsy store called Wander Onward, WanderOnward. And I kind of use my cosplay to promote my Etsy site and my Etsy site to promote my cosplay. They kind of pay for each other, essentially. I have a whole lot of little felt dragons that I make that are all like superhero themed. I have several villains as well. And I just really like to get to know people. So come check me out, give me a like, and if I'm somewhere around you here in the near future, please come out and say hi. Hugs are free. I love taking pictures with people. And thank you so much for inviting me, Kenny.
It was great chatting with you, and I look forward to seeing more of you in the future, especially in March. The Comic Con for a cause at next month, coming soon. Be on the lookout for the date and info and guest announcements. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was there last year. It was a good time. And Lexington tickets will go on sale for Lexington Comic and Toy Convention this coming Tuesday. So actually, I'll take that back. This coming Monday at 10 a.m. So all the
make sure you get them tickets.
You better get those tickets. Me technically work for the media. I'm trying to get that media pass. I've never got one.
Oh yeah.
So I want to feel legit this year. And look, I paid my VIP passes. I appreciate all that this convention done. But I'm an award-winning DJ, man. I'm trying to take it up a notch. I try to let people know who I am. So, so I gotta do some good events. For sure. I gotta get
most definitely.
So it was great chatting with you, ShadowBrite. And before I let you go, one more question. People got meaning behind the stage names, especially cosplayers, with ShadowBrite. Like, how did that came to be?
Okay, so you remember when you were like 13 and you got your first email address? My email address was White Shadow. And I'm kind of like a gothy person in my daily life, but I also like neon colors. I always do kind of my own spin on things. So we kind of squish the two together, and that makes me ShadowBrite.
I like that. Especially, people. I don't even remember my first email address. That was... I remember probably it was a Yahoo address, I think. That Yahoo email. It's the only thing I know.
There you go.
So that's close enough. But ShadowBrite, great chatting with you. Thank you for being on, and continued success. And I'll see you down the road for sure.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was